Hello and welcome back to the series of the Grand Finals for StarLadder. And this is, of course, the matchup that you should have watched or are watching, or you cannot miss this. So if you aren't already knowing that your friends are watching, make sure they watch, because this is the game, the series that they have to watch. Of course, the draft started out slow, ended up pretty fast after the first bans were done. I'm not by myself, by the way. Of course, once again, I'm joined by Vikrant. We have got Navi 2-1. If they take this game, they can end the series. They can take home $12,000, and Alliance left with 6,000 if they don't make it out of this one.
And it's not even just the money. It's to sweep Alliance in the grand finals of the first major LAN tournament since TI3 is psychologically, just for everybody, I think would really be impressive. Because I honestly say, like, to me, there are 3 tier 1 teams in the world right now. It's Navi, it's Alliance, and it's DK. And of the 3, I would have said up to this series that, based on current play, Navi was the weak leg in the stool. And they're proving that completely wrong, because the talent of this team is just so high that they can really, really make things happen. And their drafts have been creative. That's the other thing. Navi's frequently just goes into this like moribund state where they don't really develop any strategies after a TI, and they like just run old meta stuff. But they've been running some pretty kooky things in this series and making it work.
Yeah, we have got, of course, I mean, in terms of bans, Naga Siren banned out again, OD banned out again, Lifestealer left through the pool this time. It's the first game that he makes it through. Alliance the one to pick it up, but because Io got left in, Navi went for that as their first pickup. They also picked up Troll, which is a hero that Dendy normally plays for their team, so perhaps we're gonna see that one mid up against S4's Elder Titan, which would be pretty scary for Elder Titan again, I would say. And it is the Bounty Hunter that Navi actually bans out, because one thing that we should be looking for Alliance is a hero that Lifestealer can invest into, because if indeed S4 is gonna play that Elder Titan, and Loda is gonna play the Lifestealer, they need something that has an initiation power, and Bounty Hunter would be one of those, and Clockwork would be one of those, and perhaps Nature's Prophet to a lesser extent, but I
Hawk?
think...
I mean...
The Hawk?
They could always... I mean, they could... No, they could... That is a funny idea, but I doubt it.
It works.
It does. I mean, it doesn't. It works, like, you can say the words that it works, but that doesn't mean it actually works. Like, it's mechanically possible. I've done it in pubs, but it's terror bad. What you can do, actually, is Surge, get a Darkseer, get Beastmaster mid, Elder Titan support, Surge the Hawk. Now we're talking. Now we're in business.
Surge the Hawk.
But no, I mean, they could go for S4 Puck, is what I actually said, and then put somebody else on Elder Titan.
That could definitely work. They would then go to what Navi did in the first game of the series today, and just put Elder Titan perhaps as a support role, because his most important feature later on is the natural order anyway. So as support, he'll have just as big of an impact later on. Lone Druid is actually the one that Navi bans out, so they do ban out 2 Bulldog heroes. With the Timbersaw banned out by Alliance, we've seen that hero for Funnick a couple of times, so no longer going to be seeing that. And this is actually pretty interesting, because Chen, making it all the way to the second picking phase, picked up. Navi instantly replies with the Crystal Maiden that we saw before on Navi as well.
Yeah.
I have to say,
because I think they consider Crystal Maiden a partial counter to Chen.
Yeah.
And if you saw that game 1,
yeah,
I don't know if they're wrong.
It was. It was a pretty good counter. Just a Frostbite clears out that one creep.
Now, if they want to next level this, Midas Jungle Crystal Maiden is even better counter to Chen. Frostbite 1 creep, Midas the other. Good night.
I think you're getting slightly overboard.
Next level?
Just slightly. Just slightly. Nature's Prophet still picked up by Alliance. At least that's a hero that you can invest, so you can use it as a... well... as a kind of a bomb? It's not really a bomb. It's kind of a... like, we're gonna plant a bomb here.
Grenade.
Yeah.
It's a grenade.
A grenade that everybody sees that it's getting thrown.
That's true of most grenades.
No, that's not true. You can get surprised by a grenade.
That's not... I mean, Nature's Prophet can Shadow Blade, right? So
that's true, that's
true. You can Shadow Blade in with the lifesteal.
Yeah, that could be something. Navi thinking about their next pick. Now, we still have quite a couple of heroes needed. Well, 2, actually, as we can count. Oh, they go for the Doom. Now, this is interesting, because this is not the same kind of Doom as we saw previous game. Previous game, we saw Kuroki Doom. But now we have an Io and a Crystal Main, and secretly, I hope that Io will be solo mid by Dendy. He's done it before. And then put Kuro still on the Doom, Crystal Maiden by Puppey, Troll by a Vost, and give something else to Funnick, and you're set.
Yeah.
Yeah?
They're on Dire. Interesting, by the way, that they're on Dire. I'm surprised that Navi's been on Dire twice and Alliance only once. I wonder if they're not... I wonder how that's working out. I don't know how the pick spans are working, because this is really rare. It might be a StarLadder thing where they're forcing side switches or something. Because if Alliance has the option, they're always going to go Dire. By the way, Alliance, take out the Chaos Knight.
Yeah.
So that, I think they think it's just going to be Doom for Funnick. And I still think that that's probably the case. IO mid is cool, but it gets an unholy degree of destroyed by Elder Titan.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Well, you know, one can hope for sure. But Funnick Doom would maybe be more logical and just put... I mean, we've seen Doom offlanes before. We've seen Doom carries before. It can all happen still. Visage is the last ban out from Na'Vi, so indeed one hero is still left to be played for EGM. I would have liked to see a Windrunner there, because he is still in the pool. Did you know that EGM is the player that has won most games with the Windrunner? Most of every competitive player. You know, I've been doing stats on Friday, so I got some extra gimmicky stuff. But actually more than Light of Heaven, for example.
Wow, interesting. I mean, it's a thing where that's kind of an effective time. Like, Light of Heaven was active at a time which there were very few games. Good, nice call, by the way.
Thank you.
Whereas EGM was active at a time which there's many more professional Dota games.
Oh!
That's part of why teams. Yeah. Wow. First of all, good call. I mean, they won't be running solo mid because it's just like that wouldn't work at all. But they did pick up a different hero for Funnick. They didn't put him on the Doom. It's gonna be safe lane farming Doom, and the Clinks. Or sorry, it's gonna be offensive tri-lane Doom maybe.
By the way, you have to reset your microphone in Dota TV. Just toggle. Or something.
Really? Okay, it should be working.
Someone said that your microphone is down in Dota TV, so we'll take that for the word.
Looks on. I'll try toggling it.
Well, I for one am happy that Klinks is gonna be played by Funnick. Funnick Klinks, we all know him as Funnick Klinks in Empire. And he was so enjoyable to watch once he actually, like, he's very boring to watch until he has his Orchid, and then he's fun to watch. So I'm gonna hope that this is a safe...
Klinks is... Yeah, he's pretty cool, because in lane, he can bully a lot of heroes, and if he has very good control of his searing arrows, that's actually part of what's great about Funnick Klinks. The reason his Orchid is so much faster is because he knows the lane matchups really well.
Yeah. And, I mean, also that he gets a safe lane given to him, so... Oh, let's just switch over.
Usually, yeah.
There we go.
I think, yeah, I mean, Na'Vi, I think there's a Na'Vi chant going on a bit. They are the home team, 4 Ukrainians, well, 3 Ukrainians, an Estonian, and a German.
Yeah, they are in their home turf. I mean, they just, and like, even if they're not in their home turf, even at TI3, they have the most fans. They've been around for so long, they've been a big name for so long as well, and
they have.
You know, that just counts. And they have got the personalities for it as well, so yeah, there's gonna be cheers for Na'Vi. On top of that, what are you gonna cheer if you're cheering for Alliance? Like, how are you gonna cheer?
Yeah,
Alliance?
Sweden. They are an all-Swedish team. Very controversially
yeah.
initially, although
but you know,
with time, I think it's been vindicated.
I think if you're shouting a country, then shouting USA is way better than shouting Sweden. Well, if Na'Vi...
What is it, Sverige or something? You could shout that. That's pretty shoutable.
I don't think it's that
Alright,
powerful.
whatever, Shiver.
I think it's one of the things that teams have to think about when making a name. You have to make a name that you can cheer for.
It's just your EG, because they're EG, Euro, EG.
You can shout EG.
Yeah. Alright, so you want to get Na'Vi or you want to get Alliance?
I will get Alliance. So we have got Alliance on the Radiant side. We have Loda sitting on the Life Stealer on the bottom lane. It will be an aggressive trial indeed that they will be up against this EGM, where the harasses a Vost a bit, but is able to throw the harassment right back at him. EGM Windrunner, of course. We have got Aki playing his signature Chen in the mid lane. It will be S4 once again on the Elder Titan. And on the top lane, it will be Admiral Bulldog playing, of course, his Lone Druid. EGM might be in some trouble indeed. The Frostbite comes out from Puppey. The Tether Stun was there as well. The wind run away. Will he make it? He does have a tango. Never mind. First blood for Puppey right there.
First blood. And it's already icing over.
Another Invisrune. These level 1 Invisrunes are also cheering for Na'Vi. Not just the crowd, not just the audience at Kiev, but also the runes at Kiev are really falling in their favor.
Yeah. That's the second Invis rune first blood that they've gotten.
I know. This is what I'm saying, man. Was that all of Alliance, by the way? I think you got them all.
I got them all, yes. On the brick.
Alright, so Na'Vi up 2-1, but that one was given to Alliance as a result of destroying them in the winner's bracket. But here they are, back in the grand final, and really riding the tide of the crowd so far. So in this game 3, or game 4, depending on how you count, it's an aggressive tri-lane of Hwost. He had an insane game on Ursa last time. We'll see how he does on the Doom this time. It's rare that we see Hwost on Doom, but we'll see how he does. Puppey on the Crystal Maiden once again. Already picked up his second first blood of the series. Kuroki on the Io. In the middle, it'll be Dendi on Troll Warlord going up against S4's Elder Titan. How's he doing? Pretty dang well. 8 for 4, 5 for 0 on Elder Titan. So Dendi actually doing excellently. Yeah. And then the off lane piloted by Funnick against Admiral Bulldog's Famous Nature's Prophet. Two players, each on, you know, some of their favorite heroes. It's so rare that Na'Vi gives Funnick the Clinks. It just doesn't fit into their game plan usually. But the game plan they've been playing today in this series, yeah, Clinks can do a lot of work.
Yeah, we have got Aki trying to counterword the words from Alliance. They can't find it. It's still sitting there. They can't find it. And that means that the moment... Oh, it's actually... If it was a sentry word, then Na'Vi could counterword all those words from Alliance again, but it's an observer. They placed both of their observers in the bottom lane, and it's interesting that they actually went for an observer on the place that they did, because that observer doesn't offer any kind of vision at all. It's just counterwards, and normally we see people using sentries for that purely because you only get 2 observers for the first 4.5 minutes, and they, you know, they're kind of important. You kind of want that vision there. So interesting that they are so confident that it's not going to get dewarded, that they just use an observer for it and want the full 6-minute deward, camp block rather.
If you want to please your Russian viewers, by the way, and absolutely nobody else, check out Funnick's bow cosmetic and make sure that you highlight it for the name and the flavor text.
I will first follow... Oh no, I don't follow a kill because Loda will live, but that's already a bit of harassment. Funnick's bow.
Well, Loda's... Yeah, Funnick's bow has a pretty funny name and flavor text, but it's not fit for stream like explanation.
Okay.
It's just something that our Russian viewers can appreciate. Loda's gonna have the worst time ever this game. Not because he's a bad player, he's actually an amazing lifestealer. It's one of his best heroes, currently. But the aggressive try is holding down his farm, A. B, they're packing so many silences that the lifestealer is gonna struggle to actually get the rage up in some cases. If they lead on you, actually Dendi in a lot of trouble mid. Will S4 pursue? I feel like he should have. It's interesting he didn't.
Doesn't want to risk any teleports coming in, but he does make sure that the self that Troll has...
TP's from who?
I don't know.
Like, Kuroki and Puppey don't have them. No way, because you know they're stuck in the aggressive try.
Well, he's playing it careful. I guess after the last 2 games, he kind of doesn't want to, you know, risk anything. Because he basically, both games that they've played today, he lost mid.
It's true.
It is
You're
true.
completely right. The first one he got destroyed.
Yeah.
The second one went a little better.
Yeah, we actually have got the Spirit coming all the way towards the top lane. Which is interesting. That is just... S4 just sent his Spirit all the way to try and take down Funnick, who, by the way, was almost successfully taken down. But he lives in the end. But this is a bit of harassment that he was able to do.
Yeah, Elder Titan's a pretty cool hero. But yeah, they didn't manage to win with him last time, so what the hell do I know? Maybe he's actually underpowered. Buff this hero, please, Ice Frog.
In comes maybe more harassment for Loda. Rages after being frostbite. That's your first blood right there. Second blood, rather. Windrunner with the kill. Of course, Windrunner was the first blood, but the second blood right there. Kuroki caught out.
It's more, I would say it's just excellent timing and execution from Admiral Bulldog's ultimate, and just the amazing usage of the quick rage and open wounds. Note Loda's build here, 1-1-3, so he really wants to try to seize those kills when he has an opportunity. Will they actually open wounds first? No, they don't. They almost did, I feel, because he has phase boots now. Now that you had the supports TPing away and maybe heading top in a smoke gank, maybe?
Well,
they're definitely heading top.
Yeah, they're giving up on their aggressive tri lane. They actually took quite a bit of levels from Hwost there. I mean, level 3 on both of the supports. They actually are looking to go for helping out Dendi. Dendi, who is level 6, by the way, 27-11, with S4 24-0. So even though he had a bit of a bad start, he's able to make it better again. He's able to catch up. Hwost still, of course, also still level 4, up against a level 5 Loda and a level 4 Windrunner. So yeah, level-wise, that aggressive tri lane did cost Na'Vi a bit, and of course only got them I guess it got them the first blood at the start. That was nice, but that's it.
I don't think the aggressive try paid off that poorly, but yeah, at this point they just saw with the amount of damage potential, because Bulldog is actually leveling very well this time. I mean, of course he has a 1v1 lane, but just the ability to ultimate power shot and hit a couple things with Loda means that it's very, very scary actually. So that's why you see the lane swap from Na'Vi, and I think it's very smart. EGM, is he actually in trouble again? Close with the excellent
stomp. In comes Dendi with an Invis rune, slows down EGM, nice wind run away. And I don't think there's gonna be. Oh, Shackle doesn't latch. And that is gonna be EGM out safe, I think. Should be. Yeah, should be. And perhaps they want to actually take this down. In comes Loda. He has got an open wounds. Wants to go for a Vos. Finds him. Spirit helps out as well. That's gonna be a Vos dead. Well, the rest maybe already start looking towards Dendi. No, they let Dendi go. They take down the Doom. Dendi walks back towards the mid lane.
That's, unfortunately, that's the Xbox we know and maybe don't love so much. Like, to pursue the Windrunner that heavily when you know he's under tower, at that point you either have to just commit to getting the kill or not, but instead he just dies.
S4 in the meantime in some trouble. I mean, he was involved with that kill just now, so he got some extra experience. Is sitting still a bit behind Dendi because of Dendi's denies, of course. Something that S4 has not been able to get at all. He's got 0 denies. But because of that kill, he gets himself a bit back on track. They still hold on to their lanes again, though. Of course, for Na'Vi, it's logical because they want to have Funnick to have his Orchid before starting to rotate. They want to have Doom at least have level 6 before rotating. And perhaps they want to try and help kill off S4 again with the help of some supports. But this time, Na'Vi supports, they can't find the good momentum. We have Puppey, he has got, of course, that Frostbite, but not been able to help out mid lane like he did in that first game with his Crystal Maiden. In the meantime, Funnick killed! Power shot helps out. The dust was there as well from EGM coming prepared. And that is a very important thing because they need to shut him down before he has his Orchid.
Yeah, EGM is back, folks. He's re-entered God mode. He left God mode for a little bit, but he's back in it now.
Indeed he is. It is of course, I mean, the Klinks is still doing really nicely, don't get me wrong. He is still getting nice amounts of farm, but of the course,
okay.
Yeah, of the course is still the lowest, and he has got a safe lane, or he had a safe lane.
Yeah,
so
he had safe lane 1v1 against Nature's Prophet, and look how much better Nature's Prophet is doing. 13 denies and 17 more last hits. Bulldog is kind of crushing Funnick. Not that it's that great of a lane for Klinks, because you just get hit by treants and you can't do much.
Yeah, by the way, I see some people on the stream saying that the stream has died. Can someone confirm or deny that? If you can hear me on the stream, let me know. Dendi in some trouble, gets picked up here. Elder Titan with the spirit kill.
If the stream has died, how can they possibly confirm or deny that?
Then they wouldn't say anything about it.
That's a good point. But it's kind of like whoever isn't here, raise your hand.
Yeah. See, it works for some. Blame Twitch. Twitch is having a tantrum right now or something.
Well,
apparently
because
other streams are not
recent Shiver is there's like 400k viewers for this thing.
Ouch. We only have 5k of those.
Well, I mean, you're not the official caster, but
I am.
5k is still pretty good.
I'm an official caster.
That's true, but you're not in Kiev.
That's
I should
true.
say.
That's true. Nobody paid my
Next
flight.
year, though.
Who knows? Who knows?
Do you fly to Kiev? You don't take like a bullet train?
No, you fly.
Okay. How long is it like train wise to Kiev from the Netherlands?
I have no idea. I've never done it.
It's probably not more than like 4 or 5 hours. I think.
It's more than
Maybe
4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's
S4 is doing much better this game, by the way. I gotta say, he is still losing mid, like on a pure last hits basis, because Dendi had a really good start. Meanwhile, EGM and Ake, they've spotted out Dendi.
Yeah, nice shackle there, and the whirling axe is already on cooldown. In come the centaurs in multiples, both stunning, both killing. Troll killed by a neutral by the one centaur that wasn't Aki's.
Xbox is
In comes the infest. They want to go for a vote. Power shot misses, but I don't think that matters. This is not going to be a deny. Killed off by ET. Down goes Kuroki, I think, as well. The shackle. Why does that latch? How does that latch? GG. Again. What?
Maybe Dota needs to not talk it.
Yeah.
In chat, please.
Yeah.
No, other than that, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, does he have a button that automatically says
He has a button
GG?
that has a macro that says GG. And he presses it at random during, like after team fights as well. Because this is the second time. No, this is the second time that he does it after a moment where you. Oh, Funnick. The dust, he walked through a sentry ward, shackled to a tree from Bulldog. In comes the Earth Splitter as well. Funnick, you can't run from that, you die. That's gonna be S4 dominating. You said he was having a better game. Well, he definitely does. I think one of the main things for that, support's helping out a lot, and the supports from Na'Vi not having as big of an impact as in the first 2 games.
You're absolutely right, Sheever. That's a fantastic point. They just simply have not dominated. They cost themselves so much XP with that early. It's not even that Puppy has had a bad game. In fact, Puppy, FYI, has the only kills on Navi.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing that jump scam. Go Midas, Puppy. Go Midas.
Yep.
Go Midas. Do it.
Save your
Midas.
team. Save your team. But
Save
yeah,
your team carry. They need a CM carry here.
they do. It's gonna be something that Alliance wouldn't expect, so, you know, who knows? Might work. Meantime, Dendy is just trying his luck with neutrals. I mean, he needs to get his farm from somewhere, and apparently being on the lane kind of gets him killed, so he's trying Ancients. Not really the most fastest way of farming for him, but it gets the job done in the end. He is 0-2-0, so he is pretty sad. And for Na'Vi, they just need to get their levels. They need to get that Orchid. I was quite surprised to see Phonic coming into the mid lane, considering he doesn't have his Orchid. And the one kind of thing that we are used to seeing from Phonic when he was with Empire and played Klinks like all the time, is that he only left the lane once he had his Orchid. Like, only then. It was very... You could set the clock for it. Once he has his Orchid, he'll leave. But other than that... I guess the tri-lanes from Empire might have been more successful as well, because of course they were able to keep their opponents busy on the tri-lane. Yep, Ovos might be in some trouble. S4 with an Invis rune, in comes Chen as well with the smoke. They want to go for him. Can they actually stun him?
Okay.
Yeah, they can't stun him. He's too fast. Perhaps Nature's Prophet teleporting in with his Sprout. He eats himself out of there though. He has got that Quelling Blade, and in now comes comes Na'Vi. Kuroki already scouting with the spirits. Phonic coming in as well, wants to maybe go for Aki. In the meantime, Bulldog in some trouble because Dendy comes in as well. Tether Sun is there. Dendy makes some Bulldog makes some trains. In comes a freezing field. Down goes a Jen. Doom up on S4 who tries to make it out alive. I think he might live from that at least. That's at least something. In the meantime, 2 heroes go down. Killings takes down Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet takes down Io. EGM still stuck in this though. Is there going to be another Frostbite? Yes, there is. Waiting for the Wind Run. Finds it. Wind Run, and you're dead. That's going to be 3 dead on Alliance, and that's Loda. That's Loda. Loda, what you doing here, buddy? He's by himself. He's able to kill a Phonic. Well, that's going to be a successful kill. And I was going to say that it might be overextension, but they are not letting... Yeah, they're not letting go. Na'Vi back towards the tower. Dendy.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, in the end...
There's no towers down, Sheever. There's no towers, and their Alliance are playing here. This is... Russian Alliance has been awakened.
This is...
I gotta say...
Yeah. Russian Dota.
Kvost played really, really well. Like, he, his quelling has bought him so much. The cut through here was really smart to actually get away from the initial gank, and then the cut through the Sprout here, so he lived a lot longer than you'd expect him to. And I thought Na'Vi was going to punish that even more heavily than they did. In the end, Alliance, because Elder Titan's a really cool hero that's not overpowered at all, managed to salvage quite a few kills from it. In fact, S4 is now 5-0-3. He's at the same farm level in terms of drums and tier 2 boots right now that he was at like 20 minutes last game.
Yeah, and this is, of course, an Elder Titan that got doomed in the fight, was able to back off from it unharmed, and then came back to see if he could do something else, even though at the moment he couldn't anymore. Loda was a bit late to that fight. I mean, I'm thinking if he was there earlier, perhaps they could have done something different, but in the end, I mean, Na'Vi did get 3 extra kills to their name, but Alliance still, of course, in a good position for this game. They are 3k gold ahead, and as you said, there's no towers down, so this is just kills and farm, and... Well, overall, they're just doing really well. All of their 3 cores are higher than the 3 cores of Na'Vi. And again, Phonic still does not have his Orchid yet, even though he has got his first Oblivion Staff. It did go down for the 3rd time this game at the end of that fight by Loda.
Yeah, I mean, Na'Vi, again, they're not really out of this. They still have they're not behind by that much. Dendy's farming okay. He has Phase Boots in 1400. I think he'll probably go Shadowblade. We're kind of seeing a lot of trolls settling on the Shadowblade as one of the best builds because it gives you that guaranteed initiation, and then you just pop ultimate Whirling Axes and try to auto-bash them down. I think it's a great build. It synchronizes quite well with Phonic's Klinks as well. Let's note, Phonic Klinks is behind schedule for the Orchid, but not that far. He has 1 Oblivion Staff, 2nd one on the way.
Yeah, as we have a smoker for Alliance, they again want to counter aggression with aggression. Don't want to wait until Na'Vi has got their momentum going with that Orchid. They go for a Vos. The Shackle doesn't latch though, but they might be able to try and chase us down, especially with the bomb coming in. That's a grenade right there. That's going to be a Vos dead.
Yeah, the grenade launches and they get the kill. Not honestly, just holding down Kvost is okay here. Who killed the courier?
That's going to be the one that was just
Oh, nose. Check out how much that was carrying.
Wait a second. Oh my god.
The entire Vlad's for Xbox and the bottle for Dendy was on that courier.
That's a pretty big
man,
deal.
this Russian Alliance is just...
You need to have the Vlads. It's just...
Well, Kvost has nothing. He's now 0-4 with no items, and this was their 1 role player.
And in the meantime, Elder Titan, Lifestealer haven't died yet on the side of Alliance, and those are the two core heroes. Of course, Nature's Prophet did die once, but hey, he's got a Hand of Midas. He'll get back up on there, and he actually has a Shadow Blade ready now as well, so he is gonna be comfortable enough. Na'Vi has got a hero that hasn't died yet. Crystal Maiden. Yoo-hoo.
Yes. More like Crystal, not Melton. Puppey has been part of 100% of their kills. He had a great ultimate in the last fight that Na'Vi actually didn't lose. Interesting build, by the way, from him, actually. Only one in the Frostbite. He's just picking up that Crystal Nova to give them some form of AoE response to the amount of AoE Alliance are dealing. And of course, he has that Freezing Field, which you can't not take. Can't believe people had the gall to not take that ability when it's so good.
You have to still find the positioning, though. Like, that's the tough part.
I mean, a team like Na'Vi is so good that they're going to find it.
That is entirely true. And it looks like Na'Vi
the
just
true next level
to,
is... yeah, they just want to farm.
Yeah, they just want to farm. They want to. They
do have a Tricore. Yeah, they want to wait for the courier to respawn so they actually have Vlads, because that'll be really useful for Troll. And I mean, they have the Tricore. Like, Alliance doesn't have that many auto attack threats outside of Lifestealer, who theoretically, like, the whole point of this Na'Vi draft was to completely shut down Lifestealer, and then they'd have no auto attack. So if Na'Vi can extend the game long enough, I do think Troll Clink's Doom is a hell of a lot scarier just on a pure, you know, man-fight basis.
Yeah, it is still pretty scary. And the relocate coming out as well, I mean, you do have to play a bit more careful, a bit more group-oriented if you're Alliance at this point, because those kills that an IO could basically create are still pretty risky. And we do see them grouping up a bit more. I mean, we have got two heroes in the middle lane, and actually with an infested Lifestealer, Bulldog comes in. They want to go for a Vosk, and they find the open wounds. In comes Funnick, and Puppey, the Doom goes up on Bulldog. Bulldog dies. Loda's still looking for a Vosk. If they can at least pick that one up, that would be worth it. The Shackle comes out, latches. That's going to be a kill right there. Puppey, in the meantime, with that Freezing Field, will be picked up and killed off. Down goes Crystal Maiden. It's 2 for 2 in this one. As a power shot does still hit Denny, doesn't kill him off though.
It's a bad trade.
It's a trade that they shouldn't have let happen. They shouldn't have tried to trade, but that's incoming in blind.
Poor trade by Alliance.
Yeah.
They actually missed a bunch of abilities that if they had hit, they gotta not go too Russian here. Like, there's a certain level of Russian that you want to go, and a certain level of Russian past which it's like a point of no return, and they're skirting it. Like, EGM missed an easy power shot. Like, it was a pretty easy power shot, honestly. And Loda missed the infest damage, which, like, both of those things would have killed Ghost so much quicker. As a result, Puppey lived for 3.5 seconds of Freezing Field. That's not okay.
Oh, they dust up Funnick, they find him, they go for him, and that's gonna be an ulti coming out as well. Not even needed. S4 just punches him in the face and kills him off. That's gonna be a wicked sick S4. I mean, even though that trade, of course, was not the most favorable one for Alliance, they still have the momentum, they still have the upper hand, and they are still the one to set the pace for this game, as they will try to take down the last outer tower of Na'Vi. And Na'Vi themselves hasn't been able to take any towers just yet, and actually, why not start on the tier 2s right now, and nobody of Na'Vi comes in to defend this.
They do have a pretty great push ability with Chen and Nature's Prophet. No troll this time, but more than enough damage. Like, their wave clear is great. Bulldog, of course, doing perennial Bulldog tricks like pulling away the creep wave to give your creeps more time on the tower. Just good play overall, honestly. And now that they're transitioning into push, it looks a lot more comfortable, because now they have the advantage that they don't need to go YOLO mode. They can just play normal Alliance style.
Yeah, normal Alliance style, going high ground in 20 minutes. Not so normal though, at least not for them. They are normally the team that's being called out to play Rat Dota. Well, that's not this game. Not this game.
But
and not
whatever.
Previous game either.
Yeah.
By the way.
Right.
By the way,
They haven't played
Funnick,
at the series.
he still doesn't have his Orchid.
EGM has a full force staff waiting for him. That's going to be a great ability. He's already been hitting a couple hackle shots, so the amount of hacking on the ult shots will only increase.
Yeah. Still waiting for maybe
Actually,
a bit more
will Na'Vi
relocates.
punish here?
Yeah, because I
Maybe
think
not.
they might. Funnick is being
good
a lot more
Ake control.
aggressive.
He is. He has to be, because he actually has Orchid done right now. Yeah, he goes down to 0 gold to get it. Orchid's a big deal here against Lifestealer if they can get the initiate.
And the one thing, of course, that we know from Funnick is that he is always able to find kill once he has his Orchid. That was his thing once he was in Empire. He was the one that could always get the momentum. Even though his team was behind, he found the kills and he was able to turn the tides and win the game for his team.
I agree, kind of, but who does he actually get with it? It has to be Chen, right? He really can't kill anybody else. Windrunner 4 staffs and just walks away, because Clinks can't really chase because he came out of Skeleton Walk to shoot you. Elder Titan has BKB, so he ignores
You
Orchid if he
can't.
wants to.
Oh, wait a second. Funnick goes for Bulldog. The silence is there, but he had Loda inside of him. And Funnick himself, he'll get the kill, but he'll go down for it. That's gonna be a kill right there. That's gonna be surprise, motherfucker. Lifestealer inside of the Nature's Prophet. That's a typical
Good
thing.
shit.
Nobody saw them infest. Oh, wait a second. Freezing Field coming out. S4 might be in some trouble. Will lose his perfect wreck. He'll go down for the first time. Eki also in a bit of trouble here. Relocate comes out from Kuro. He will go back though, leaving Puppy by himself, as that's gonna be a Chen making it home safe. But
He gets the Hellbear too. EGM misses the shack. Wow.
Misses
And
the
the power
shackle
shot.
and
He
the
wanted
power
both. That was greedy. He didn't go for the bird in the hand. Maybe Loda could have charged with the Invisirune and killed CM if he had landed the power shot, but instead, yeah. He's still gonna hunt CM because CM's jungling. Because, you know, it's good.
it is good. Well, I'm kind of disappointed by Kling's dying for his first gank, but actually, Puppy is dead. Well, he's a Crystal Maiden. He was jungling. Bit greedy.
Did you like that Bulldog killsteal attempt?
Nature's Prophet Ultimate coming out? Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
get it though. He helped
He
out.
didn't get it, but he certainly tried.
Yeah.
He gave it his best.
That's true.
Because clearly Nature's Prophet Ultimate is necessary for Lifestealer to solo kill a 40% HP Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, Bulldog sitting comfortably with his gold. By the way, he's got a 4-staff for himself now as well. Just for the extra positioning.
Yeah, don't count out Navi. Like
Oh, no.
they can definitely pick up these kills, and Dendi has his BKB, so like it's still very, very possible that they come back. They're behind, no doubt about it. The 3 cores of Alliance are substantially ahead, which is Alliance needs to be ahead on these cores because they really present less of an auto attack threat than Navi's do.
Yeah, but as you said, we can't count Navi out for like at any point because they still have a very strong lineup. If Klinks gets a go upon us, Chen, I mean, you already mentioned like there's not that many targets that he can actually try and take down. I do think Windrunner is going to be one of them because he can, of course, start off with the Orchid kill off Windrunner. But I mean, even if he gets only the Chen, it's still going to remove the mechanism and the of course, Hand of God away from the equation, and that's going to put Alliance on a bit of a back foot, even though it's only a support missing.
Yeah.
And next to that,
Check out what S4 is doing though. Like this is such smart play. He's using, and again, Elder Titan's really cool. So one of the cool things you can do is use your 8-second cooldown spell to actually scout the jungle, so you know exactly where the enemy team is without even having to spend any gold on wards, because you just have this ability to automatically see the positioning of everybody and decide whether or not you want to initiate.
yeah, looks like Navi wants to initiate here, though. They come from both sides. Shackle is brilliant, though. Funnick and Danny locked together. One already down. The other one on the run gets open wounds. And we'll be able to make it out again as from behind, Havos and Puppy showed their faces. Puppy already picked off, tried to go for Freezing Field. Doom was still up on Loda, but it looks like he'll make it out alive as well as Kuro.
Nice tether.
Will save, he'll save the Doom from that stomp coming off from S4. 3 dead on the side of Navi, and Alliance, all they lost was a bit of health from Loda because of the Doom, and he'll get healed up again. And I mean, that was the Shackle. That made that. EGM made that fight
It
for
did.
Alliance.
He did. He's firmly ensconced in God mode now. He left it for the entirety of the second game in the first blood of this game, but now he's back in business. He's on a signature hero of his that we really have not seen Alliance go to lately, because sometimes she just doesn't do anything. But here he gives the critical amount of stuns that they were missing from the lineup, and is just wrecking.
Yep. And that's going to be one set of racks down, perhaps. There is no fortification anymore. Navi, though, they want to fight. Ooh, Puppy gets aggressively first half, stuck in position, killed off by Bulldog, and that's going to be a 4-on-5 fight if Navi actually wants to fight. I think they're just going to have to let this
With
go.
no Doom?
Yeah, no Doom. Well, oh, maybe S4 might be in a bit of trouble there. He's by himself, gets working it up. And that is gonna be S4 living because the mechanism comes out. Io came in from behind, went down. He went down on the back end. Well, got shackled, got killed off. That's gonna be the range ruck that as well.
He should give his bottle to Chen, because Chen doesn't have... Okay, he does have mana for Hand of God now. Okay, no, they're fine. They can honestly just keep pushing if they want to.
Yep. They're already pushing on the bottom lane. We have Bulldog pushing the lane out. It's a bit slow. I mean, by the time that they reach the base, everybody of Navi is going to be up again, though, as you pointed out. Actually, the Doom will be up again by that time as well. So perhaps Navi will be able to take a fight and, of course, force Alliance back, because that's their main concern right now. If they just get a bit more time, they get more time to get all their core items up, to just get more overall. They just need more.
Roche. Alliance is gonna do the Alliance Roshan. No medallion. Actually, EGM TP's away. Okay.
Yeah, they maybe
because he
trying to
knows that
overfarm.
Funix here. He knows the Funix here.
Yeah, that's
Lol.
a shackle. EGM with the gem. Bulldog coming in as well. They're looking to take him down. They don't
Nice
have a shackle
relocate.
anymore though. Relocate coming in from behind. Indeed, the Doom is already up on EGM. He has to get himself out there. The Orca still came off. In comes the dust from Bulldog. Might be able to kill up Funix. No, can't do it. And that's a gem. Going the way of Na'Vi. Oh my god! Oh my god! They relocated without taking the gem! The hell?
Wow.
That would have been such a big deal.
That's too bad. It would actually, you're totally right, it would have been a really, really big deal. That was Alliance, in my opinion, getting a little too clever for themselves, even with the Great Shackle. Like, why bother? You can probably just take the Roche. But, I mean, you can actually see, even though Alliance are dominating this game, Na'Vi has forced them to play different Dota, and that's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Earthsplitter already misses Denny, though, getting blown up completely. S4! He is hitting like a truck. He's plus
What a cool
227 damage. One more punch and will kill off Kuroki, but the Tether Stun will help him out. Puppy, though, will get punched to pieces. Vos forced to turn on his BKB, gets prouded nonetheless, and is still running away from this S4. At least lucky for him, S4's plus damage is already gone, but it is nonetheless a fight taken by Alliance.
Yeah, I ask you, people of Dota, when you think a hero who has Power Treads, Black King Bar, and drums, approximately how much should he hit for without double damage? Oh, 350? I thought so too.
Yep. Well, that is gonna be a Roshan safe and sound for Alliance. Na'Vi, I think they can be happy that Alliance didn't rotate bottom. I think they could have and taken Rex there, but showing mercy, taking Roshan. I don't even know if that's actually called mercy, because Roshan will still give them a big head start for the next fight that is to come. And at the same time, I just want to point out that Na'Vi, I mean, they are doing good. They have got their core items up now. It's 27 minutes in. They don't have their mechanism yet. But of course, for supports, it is so difficult to find farm if there's no towers dropping. There's only one tower down on the side of Alliance.
Exactly, and how would Navi's supports can't find any breathing room because Na'Vi have 3 underfarmed core heroes that need desperately to take a lane each, and they're down a full lane. Like this mid lane is worth less farm. They also don't have control of their jungle because Alliance has it warded. They have Elder Titan who can scout it, and they have a Nature's Prophet with Shadowblade that Lifestealer can be inside. So essentially, the free room for Na'Vi to get these 3 heroes in ship shape. Okay, they have some core items, but they have nowhere near, like, you see Dendi is playing correctly, like, he's trying to do his best in man-fighting with the troll, but he's so far behind on levels and net worth that he just melts. It's like Loda at the end of last game against the Ursa.
Yeah, but this time, of course, I mean, Dendi does have a BKB, so, you know, slight edge over the Loda reference there, but as you said, he just doesn't have enough. He does profit quite a bit from the Doom having the Vlads, but because of the kind of fights that have been happening, one of the two has just died real fast in the game, or was forced to back out. In the meantime, Na'Vi coming from the side. Nice Doom. Up on S4, forced back. Loda tries to take down Funix. Taking a lot of damage though. Will have his Aegis blown. Bulldog locked in a Frostbite. In comes the BKB. Aegis goes up again. Loda goes for Funix still. Is able to get the kill in the end. Now goes for Dendi. Finds a bash. That's a kill again. That is 2 for an Aegis. Puppy locked in a Sprout. Goes for the freezing field. But yeah. That's Crystal Maiden for you. That is gonna be 3 for an Aegis.
That was a great fight from Na'Vi. It's just, again, they're too far behind. Like, they did exactly the right thing. You need to Doom the Titan, unquestionably. I know you picked the Doom to Doom the Lifestealer, but that's not an option at this point, especially with Aegis. So they get the exact correct Doom. The problem is they just don't have enough farm or enough tools to kill 3 or 4 people before the Doom expires. So S4 literally just walks away, waits out the Doom, and comes back once Loda comes back with the Aegis. So, Alliance, not toothless, and this is going to go to the deciding Game 5. These teams bring us some of the best Dota series, I tell you.
Yep, we are indeed going to see Game 5. I think a lot of people are very happy for that. I, for one, am very happy that I would get to see these 2 teams fight each other once more. And of course, yeah, we're gonna see the teams take a short break, but we'll be soon back with the 5th game of this series. Officially the 3rd, I guess, or at least officially the 5th, but feels like the 4th because there was a 1 game advantage. Anyway, stick with us because we are gonna have ourselves a game between Alliance and Na'Vi coming up next. StarLadder LAN Finals live from Kiev. We'll be right back. Okay, I just crashed my stream, I think. Nope, I didn't. Or did I?